Russian forces capture key areas. The Russian occupying army's takeover of Selydove, Vishneve, and Zoryane marks a significant shift in the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine. These strategic locations in Donetsk Oblast are crucial due to their proximity to the front line and supply routes. The advances near Novokrenka, Novodmitrovka, and Kurakhivka indicate a concerted effort by Russian forces to establish a broader control over key territories, potentially setting the stage for further incursions deeper into Ukrainian-controlled areas. DeepState's updated conflict maps illustrate the dire state of affairs in the Donbass region, highlighting the capture of several settlements by Russian forces. The Ukrainian military is grappling with over 134 combat clashes, with the most intense fighting occurring around Kurakhivka and Pokrovsk. This surge in conflicts underscores the shifting dynamics on the battlefield, challenging Ukrainian defense strategies amidst relentless Russian advances. The scale of the recent assaults, including 1 missile launch and 58 airstrikes, along with over 3,800 artillery shellings, underscores the severity of the current offensive. These operations represent a strategic push by Russian forces to weaken Ukrainian military infrastructure and diminish civilian resilience, aiming to destabilize the region further and exert pressure on Ukrainian defenses. Russian forces made 20 attempts to advance toward Ukrainian positions in the Kupiansk direction, which represents a vital corridor for supply lines. In the Lyman direction, 11 attacks were launched, targeting areas like Vremivka and Terny. These persistent efforts reflect a strategy to disrupt Ukrainian defense lines and secure advantageous positions for future operations. 2 significant attempts to breach Ukrainian defenses occurred near Vremivka and Bilohorivka in the Siversk direction. Additionally, in the Kramatorsk direction, there was one notable clash near Chasev Yar. These focused assaults highlight the Russian strategy to apply pressure on multiple fronts, forcing Ukrainian forces to stretch their defensive resources thin. The Pokrovsk direction continues to be a pivotal battleground, with 26 penetration attempts by Russian forces. Ukrainian defenders managed to repel 22 attacks around critical settlements like Myrolubivka and Selydove. These confrontations reflect the intensifying struggle for control over this strategic area, critical for both logistical and symbolic reasons. Ukrainian forces successfully defended against enemy incursions in the Vremivka direction near Bohoyavlenka and Maximivka. In the Hulyaipole direction, despite an enemy attempt to shift Ukrainian defensive positions, the occupiers were unsuccessful. These successful defenses are vital morale boosters for Ukrainian forces and showcase their resilience and tactical proficiency. Ukrainian defensive operations. In response, Ukrainian defense forces continue active operations in the Kursk region, launching 19 strikes carried out by 20 Russian guided aerial bombs. This counteroffensive is part of Ukraine's broader strategy to disrupt Russian military operations and deter further advances through aggressive defensive measures. Implications of Selydove's capture. The capture of Selydove is more than a symbolic victory for Russian forces. It suggests potential encirclement tactics aimed at dominating Pokrovsk, akin to the occupation strategy used in Volodar. Military expert Ivan Stupik warns that the Pokrovsk direction remains the fiercest conflict zone, with confirmed advances in Kurakhivka and looming threats of assaults on Pokrovsk itself. This development could significantly alter the operational landscape in favor of Russian forces, if not adequately countered by Ukrainian strategies and reinforcements. Strike on residential building in Kharkiv. In Kharkiv, rescue teams have located the body of a 15-year-old boy beneath the rubble of a residential building that was struck by Russian forces on the evening of October 30th. This was reported by Dmytro Chebenko, a representative of the Kharkiv Regional Prosecutor's Office, during a television marathon. The boy lived on the first floor, precisely in the room where all 6 floors collapsed, Chebenko stated. Rescue workers can visually see the body, but it is trapped under very heavy slabs. The current challenge is to determine how to extricate the body without causing damage to it. Kharkiv Mayor Ire Terekov later confirmed this information. We have identified the location where the body of another young victim of Russian bombing is trapped beneath the debris. Efforts are underway to safely recover the body.